Hello friends, today we'll discuss about the life process chapter part 2, and in this part we'll discuss about digestive system. So before we start the digestive system, you should know that what is a system. System is when the various organs are working together for the same function is called as a system. And in this digestive system, various organs like in this picture you can see this as various organs like mouth, esophagus, stomach, liver, everything, these organs are working together to form a complete system, which is called as a digestive system. The first organ, as you can see in this picture, that this digestive system start with mouth and then it leads to pharynx, esophagus, and then this sac-like structure you can see. This is called stomach, and then stomach, and these are the glands, the gallbladder, liver, which are connected together, and it secretes its secretion in duodenum. And behind this stomach, you can see a leaf-like structure, which is called as pancreas. This is again a gland, which leads its secretion into duodenum. This duodenum is the initial part of small intestine, and then it leads to original small intestine. This is the connecting link between the stomach and small intestine. So duodenum, then the food enters in small intestine, duodenum, then jejunum, then ileum. Ileum is the largest part of the small intestine. Then small intestine leads into the large intestine. The food will enter into large intestine, and then this whole part, green colored structure, is known as large intestine. The large intestine having three parts. First is the ascending colon, then transverse colon, then descending colon. These three colons are present, and then finally it leads to the structure where the waste material got collected. This structure is called as a rectum. And then finally we release the waste material through anus, and this excretion of waste material is collected is sorry it is controlled by the muscles called sphincter's muscles. So what are the function of these structures? So this complete tube, this mouth structure, this, you can see this definition, that many organs are working together to digest the food, to absorb the nutrients for energy. Means many of these organs like mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, they are working together to digest the food for absorption of nutrients from the food to uh, to get the energy from the food. So this is the definition of the digestive system. Next, as you can see, this is the very long tube which is starts from mouth, and it leads to the end to the anus, and this whole structures look like a long tube like structure, and this tube like structure is called as alimentary canal. This whole structure is called as alimentary canal, which is about 30 feet long, and you can measure in meter also, 9 meters long from mouth to anus. This digestion process is consist of four main stages. Four main stages. First is the ingestion, second is digestion, third is absorption, egestion. So first is ingestion. Ingestion means the intaking of food. If we are taking the food inside from our mouth, then this process called as ingestion. We are taking food from our mouth, that is called ingestion, and we are ingesting the food into our body. This process called as ingestion. Next is digestion. Digestion is what? When we enter the food, then this food completely start to digest from the mouth itself, and then leads to complete digestion in stomach and small intestine, large intestine. This complete digestion process through the various fluids which are involved in the digestion process is called as digestion. Means they are converting the complex molecules into the simple molecules is called as digestion process. Then the absorption. What is absorption? When these molecules, whatever we have eaten, is divided into the small structures, small molecules, simple molecules. When it is ready to absorb, Then it's called as this process called as the absorption. The absorption process takes place in the small intestine and large intestine only. This stomach is involved in the digestion, complete digestion. No absorption takes place in this part, but all the absorption process of nutrition takes place in small intestine and large intestine. Okay. Then various organs are involved, as you have already seen that how many organs are involved from mouth to anus. The organs of digestive system, then the glands of digestive system are salivary glands, liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. So first, salivary glands, as you can see in the mouth structure, salivary, as by the name you can understand that what is the salivary gland. Salivary means which secretes the saliva into mouth. Means these salivary glands are directly connected with the mouth structure, and they secrete their secretion into the mouth to lubricate the mouth structure, to lubricate the mouth inner linings, to lubricate teeth and tongue. All the taste buds, the taste buds also activated due to the saliva present in our mouth. So saliva has a very important role in our mouth. So this saliva also helps in the carbohydrate digestion. So it's very important gland in the digestion process. Next one is liver. Liver is the largest gland of our body. So this as you can see in this structure, that this largest gland of our body, and it is also having the capacity of regeneration. Okay, the liver secretes its secretion into duodenum along with this gallbladder. They are connected together and they secrete bile salts. Bile salts, a name of the secretion, which secretes into the small intestine, and it helps for the digestion of fats and proteins. The next gland is pancreas. Next, another gland is pancreas. This pancreas is also helps. This also secretes in the small intestine, and this is, as you can see behind the stomach. This is the leaf-like structure, and it leads into duodenum, the small intestine, and it helps to release alkaline solution in the small intestine to maintain alkalinity in the small intestine. Okay. Then what are functions? First is mouth. Mouth is also called as buccal cavity. We can, in the biological language, we can call the mouth as buccal cavity. And in buccal cavity, teeth are found, tongue and saliva. Three things are very important for the digestion process. First is the teeth. Teeth, as you already know, from teeth we are using teeth for the mastication process. When we ingest the food, we cut the food we have eaten into the small pieces. So this process is called as mastication, and the food cannot be digested before means before the teeth are very important for that. Then tongue. Tongue is another very important part of mouth, and it helps to engulf the bowl-like structure. When we form the ball-like structure in the mouth, it helps the bowl-like structure to engulf in the small intestine, and taste buds are also present in this tongues. So tongue is very important organ. It's a muscular organ which is present in the bed of the floor of the mouth structure. Then this is saliva. I've already explained you that three types of salivary glands: sublinguinal, submandibular, and then parotid. This is sublinguinal means linguinal is the biological language of tongue. Linguinal means sublinguinal means below the tongue, means sublinguinal. Then mandibular means jaws. Submandibular means below the jaws. And this is the parotid glands. This is sides of the mouth. This is parotid. And three structures of salivary glands which secretes the secretion into the mouth, and this keeps the mouth lubricated for easy ingestion of food. The next part is esophagus. It's a long tube which transfers the food from mouth to stomach called as a food pipe, and the movement of the food in this pipe is called as a peristaltic movement. This is very important movement which takes place from esophagus to small intestine to anus, means almost everywhere we having the tube like structures in our digestive system. The peristaltic movement is very important. It's a wave like structure, wave like movement, which happened in our tubes of digestive system. It is approximately 25 centimeter long tube. This esophagus, you can see this esophagus which transfer the food from mouth into stomach, and this whole structure is about 25 centimeter long. This 25 centimeter long, and this is having the movement of peristaltic movement, wave like movement which happened in the uh, tube like structures only. It cannot be happened in stomach. It will This peristaltic movement will happen in this esophagus and this small intestine and this large intestine. This peristaltic movement can be found in these tubes only. The next is the stomach. Stomach is J-shaped, like bag-like structure. J-shaped, as you can see, this is a J-shaped bag-like structure in which food got collected from mouth, then esophagus, then stomach. Then in the stomach, the food is collected temporarily and get digested through HCl. Hydrochloric acid is very important in the stomach. Hydrochloric acid is very important to digest the proteins and carbohydrates in the stomach. This pH is approximately 1.5 to 3.5. It's very acidic in nature. So to protect the acidity of the stomach linings release the mucus cells. Mucus secretion is also there to protect the lining of the stomach. So this food becomes the food when digested here in the stomach, it becomes acidic in nature, and that is called acidic food. And when acidic food is entering here, then this lining is different, and this lining is not having the mucus secretion. So pancreas are there to release the alkaline solution to balance the acidity and alkalinity, and this balance the pH of the food, and this changes the pH of the food, and now the food become in the small intestine, the food becomes alkaline in nature. So the reason for the alkalinity of the food in small intestine is pancreatic secretion, and the acidic food is present in stomach due to HCl secretion, because HCl is a very important digestive juice which is secreted by the lining of stomach. And the HCl have many more properties for the stomach, that when the food enters from the mouth, we many of the bacteria may can enter in our digestive system also. Then this bacteria may kill HCl kill the more of the bacteria through HCl because it's acid. So many of the types of bacteria get killed in this HCl solution. Then next structure after the stomach, as you can, this is very important. HCl, hydrochloric acid, is the main substance for the digestion which secreted by the stomach. Next is small intestine. What is small intestine? It is the digestion. It's a digestion and absorption of nutrients takes place here. Means after digestion, when the digested food enters in the small intestine, furthermore, proteins and fat digestion takes place here, because bile juice are very important for the secretion of for the digestion of the fats, because fats are very large globules and the emulsification of fat is possible due to the bile salt secretion. So bile salts work here in the small intestine, and fats get digested in the small intestine, and proteins also somewhat. So this complete digestion takes place here. Carbohydrates completely digested in the stomach itself, but protein and fats digested in the small intestine. And after the digestion of these fats, proteins, and carbohydrates, these get absorbed in this small intestine. The small intestine having this, as you can see, I have made this transverse section, cross section of this small intestine. That small intestine inside, as you can, if you see the internal linings of the small intestine, this type of structures are found in the small intestine. That this is a finger-like projections are present in small intestine both of side finger-like projections to increase the surface area for absorption. As you can see, every of the cell, each of the cells are present in this linings to increase the surface area. So these finger-like projections are present in small intestine as well as in large intestine, but less in large intestine, more in small intestine. Many of the finger-like projections, small, and many finger-like projections are present in small intestine. And small intestine is 20 feet long. It's a very long structure for the digestion, complete digestion and complete absorption of the nutrients takes place in small intestine. Then next is large intestine. What is large intestine? It is next to small intestine. When the food get enters in this large intestine, this part is known as large intestine, and this is called as ascending colon. This is transverse colon. This is descending colon, and this structure, this large intestine is basically uh, this is used for absorptions of water molecules, water or liquid substance. Means the absorption of liquid and water takes place in the large intestine. It is approximately 5 feet long. It is 20 feet long. Small intestine is 20 feet long, and large intestine is 5 feet long. And this large intestine having many of the bacteria like E. coli and many of the bacteria which are helpful for the digestion process. So this is the home for our helpful healthy bacteria which helps in digestion. Last part is anus. Anus for the release of waste material. This anus is present and it is controlled by the sphincters, which is the muscular structures which control the excretion of waste material from our body. Waste material, whatever it is collected from the all digested food, whatever the waste material is collected in the rectum, it get released from our body through anus. Then the glands, I've already explained that salivary glands, it is a very important uh, secretion for chewing and ingestion of food in the mouth, and it digests the carbohydrate starts in mouth. The liver and gallbladder, it secretes the bile juice in the small intestine. Then pancreas for alkaline nature of small intestine. Then some important notes are there. You can write down this note and these points. First is liver. Liver is the largest gland of the body. Stomach is acidic in nature, and to protect this acidic nature, acid HCl linings, mucus are there. Mucus cells are there to protect the lining of stomach. Then small intestine is alkaline in nature because of liver and pancreatic juice. Basically, pancreatic juice is more responsible for alkalinity nature. Then fine finger-like projections are present in small intestine, and in large intestine also there are finger-like projection, but less fingers like projections are villi. These finger-like projections are known as villi-like structures, and this facilitates the absorption process. The small intestine, one more thing is there, the small intestine, the length of small intestine is basically depend on the feeding habit of the organism. Means if the herbivorous organism is there, so its small intestine will be larger in size, longer in size than the carnivorous. If the carnivorous animal is there, then the animal will be having small intestine of moderate size. But if the herbivorous, if it is eating the plant food, then the small intestine will be longer in size. And humans are considered in this omnivorous in nature, means they are herbivorous as well as carnivorous in nature, and heterotrophic in nature. So this is very important, that omnivorous and heterotrophic in nature. So thank you so much. I hope this video will be helpful for you. If you like this video, then please like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.